предыдущей серии.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving.
Mr. Holmes, what is the trouble with that lad? Isn't he guilty?
В том-то и дело, что он не убийца.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder. Two out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting. A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt.
Это вроде бы все. Одновременные выстрелы. Нужно доказать. Нужно доказать, что у нас... Надо реконструировать перестрелку.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Господи, какой ты... глупенький. У него есть шрамы. Сразу заметно. Вырос. Синяк. Он клерк. Тот Ролка сидел в тюрьме, совершил преступление.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it. And then I followed the third man.
Зачем ты, дурак? Зачем?
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner. and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man. Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Mr. Holmes?
Общее заключение, показатели. Общее заключение. Револьвер. Надо провести эксперимент, потому что по-другому я ничего не могу сказать. Надо провести реконструкцию, потому что по-другому я сказать вообще не могу. Это сложное дело. Дали мало, очень мало улик. Если с предыдущими делами к середине дел все было бы уже ясно, то с этим делом чуть-чуть все подзамороченней. Нет, конечно же, есть проблески в этом деле, и я должен обдумать. I just thinking about this. Давайте подумаем. Проведем реконструкцию.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Надо изучить тела, потому что я их не изучил, я дурак.
Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die. A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there. Brian Vercotti and Leighton Chapman both have identical Westgate Prison tattoos. They were most likely acquainted. He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound.
Здесь все. С тобой мы все посмотрели. С тобой. Плиты. Стрявший предмет. Что это такое? Деревяшка.
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
Ага. А вы поняли, да?
This shard of wood is quite new. The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance. This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
Wiggin, что ты делаешь?
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
Все нормально со своим. А теперь я знаю, что мне сделать.
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Пора бы с ним поговорить.
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
А он не хочет со мной разговаривать. Я все у него тут осмотрел, все вынюхал, как говорится. Здесь смотрел, тут смотрел, здесь тоже все посмотрел. Где что? Я не понимать ни финты. Здесь не кликается. Ты не хочешь со мной дальше разговаривать. Ты мне врешь. Фу, быть таким бякой.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Стоп, смотрите.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Это я, пожалуй, возьму.
This
Спасибо.
should be useful.
Так, давай-ка... Стрелял, например, вот этот, который в голову попал. Значит... Пули никакой не вижу.
This is most
Нет,
definitely
вижу.
a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
Значит, убил его контрабандер в наркоте. Получается, что... Значит, получается, что это не вымышленный человек. Блин, хватит тыкаться. Отлично. Угу. Пока что перестрелка. Расположение стрелов. Двойное убийство. И получается вымышленный человек. Отсюда. У нас еще есть заявление. Надо его переспросить. Мне что, опять отправляться туда? Да ёшкин ёжик. Подошел. Стоп. Сначала он подошел к трупу. Что-то забрал. Сломал трость. Подошел к трупу. Подошел к трупу.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Это было не так. Подошел к трупу. Дальше. Подошел к трупу. Сломал трость. Подошел к трупу. Во-во-во. Фига себе. Встал с кровати. Ой.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Ну-ка. Встал с кровати. Открыл окно. Разрезал бумагу. Просил что-то. Побежал вниз. Подошел к трупу. Что-то сломал трость. И пошел обратно. Ставить просто. Так, бежит, смотрит. Зачем-то режет бумагу. Бросает бумагу. Идет вниз. Сломает. Уходит обратно. Ставит.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Встал с кровати. Значит, режет бумагу. Открыл окно. Вышел что-то туда. Подошел к трупу, сломал и все остальное сделал. Поехали. Он подошел, разрезал, посмотрел, выкинул, пошел вниз, посмотрел на труп, сломал, ушел обратно и поставил сломанную вещь.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Ну, он точно же встал с кровати. Открыл окно. Зарезал бумагу. Бросил. Подошел к трупу. Сломал кость. И все. Ну я то же самое же делал. Смотрите, он сначала встал с кровати, подошел к окну, резал бумагу ножом, только зачем? Сделал это, подошел к трупу, сломал. Так, открыл. Разрезал. Бросил. Сломал. Поставил.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Сейчас все это подумаю. Типа вот так вот мне сказали, возможно, все так и было. На самом деле логично было так, как я предположил изначально, потому что зачем нужна бумага? Он взял что-то. И это, наверное, та бумага. Поставил сломанную эту фигню, сломанную, то есть разрезал эту бумагу и выкинул ее нафиг, чтобы сгорела. Вот теперь...
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Книги, жирные отпечатки.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look. Well now, what a find! A precious jewel, concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Мило. А теперь ты. Я хочу спросить, почему ты мне врал? Ты мне врал.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window. But you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler. And when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
That's why it's better to stay at home at night.
Ну все, по-моему, поговорите с Косумером, вы могли убить спрессованным из переуку. Знаете больше о старинном браслете, о том, как он смог оказаться агрессивнее. Ну хорошо, надо потом поспрашивать, ребята. Конечно, высоко, надо поспрашивать.